Hi to all impact and change makers. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Joanna, one of the talented mentors at Januam Social Enterprise in Germany. In other words, a non-profit organization with a commitment to developing and implementing competence and bond-oriented mentoring programs for young immigrants and for young people. Joanna specializes in English language mentoring in a country where millions of young people have a migration background and experience and face challenges such as language barriers, loneliness, and lack of motivation. The Yana Mentoring Program is an investment in the future of society, especially to open new gates for newcomers. We are excited to learn more about Joanna's experiences and insights on this important work. So, Joanna, let's dive in. But before that, could you please introduce yourself briefly?
Yeah, of course, Serkan. Well, my name is Joanna Murcia. I'm Colombian, but I lived in Colombia very briefly. I think most of my life I've lived abroad. I've lived in Europe mostly, between the Netherlands and now Germany. I've been a language trainer and work with language education for approximately 10 to 11 years. I've done many different things within that field, from being language teacher to working with language education. And now, of course, joining the mentorship program at Januam.
That's great to hear, Joanna. Can you tell us more about your mentoring experience and your program with some specific examples?
Yeah, well, I've been teacher most of my life. I haven't really been a mentor as with the mentor title, but I've been a teacher, and I think teaching always has a bit of mentoring in it. Um, what is interesting about the language program is that a language can open many doors. And languages nowadays are just the key to many things: to get a better job, to travel, to understand other cultures, to adapt easily when you come as a migrant person. So I think what the language program can bring to you is that just a key to open many opportunities, whether it's in your home country or the country you're actually traveling to and you're migrating to.
Considering that, what skills or abilities will mentees gain after completing this English mentoring program? And what could be the expectations of the mentees and families from that program?
I think there are many skills that you're prone to acquire. Of course, the specific skills um, that are suited to learning a new language. You will definitely improve your listening skills, your speaking skills, maybe grammar or things that you want to do with language in itself. But there are other side skills that you also improve when you learn a language: soft skills, communication. Confidence. Your confidence will definitely increase with the language program. um, Openness for you to understand and to see how other cultures work. And I think many things come aside when you learn a language. It's not only the language in itself, but it's just what comes with it. So many things will be involved and will help you thrive when you use the language and when you learn it. For parents and for mentees, what I think their expectation should be is that aside from becoming fluent or becoming more of an expert of a language or able to speak a language, their children and whoever takes the program will definitely be a more open to cultures person, a more confidence in their ways of communicating, and definitely a more secure person in terms of the skills that they have to offer, whether it's to find a job or just to relate with other people in the country they're currently living at.
how do you feel when you teach something in English? When you teach English to young people or other age groups?
It really gives me a lot of joy. I think languages, sometimes people underestimate the impact that a language has. For me, the moment that I chose to become a language teacher, I chose it because I knew it will have a certain amount of impact. I come from a country where people doesn't have really a lot of access to education opportunities, and learning English or learning an additional language, a foreign language, is really a luxury. So when I became an English teacher, I realized I can have a real impact. I can impact many people's lives by showing them that a new language, that knowing a new language can open many doors, can open doors for understanding cultural differences, can open doors for finding better jobs, can also open doors for moving abroad, finding scholarships, doing many, many things. So I think that's what makes me happy, and that was what gives me joy when I teach English. That I can have an impact, and I know whether it's a small impact on the person's life or it's a big impact, there will be something there that learning the new language will bring to that person's life.
And thank you. And what would be your message to families and mentees in that regard? You told about your program. Can you explain it only with one sentence?
I think language opens doors. I think that will be the sentence that will better explain it. A language can open many doors, and that means it can open a door for you to integrate more successfully within a society. It can open a door for you to become fluent in a language and aspire to better jobs, to scholarships, to better employment opportunities. It can open a door for you to integrate more successfully and to find your way around a country. So languages open many doors, and become good at a language can do many things for your life.
Thanks for your answer, Joanna. And finally, I would like to ask why Januam, or in English, Januam. What
Yeah.
does Januam mean to you?
I'm a migrant person myself. I've done it my whole life. That was the motivating drive, the motivating force behind joining Januam. The moment I saw what Januam was aiming and was striving at doing, which was reaching youth, reaching people who struggles to successfully integrate in a new community, in a new environment, that's what called my attention. That's what made me want to work for Januam. When I see the aim behind Januam, I feel identify myself because I was a migrant as well. I might not understand all the struggles that migrant children and migrant parents might have, but I can relate to some because I lived there. I experienced them myself. So I think what Januam is striving to do is really something that many people will benefit from, but also really um, it's really coming from the heart. It's something that you only do it and you will always only be able to engage in when you know how it is, when you have experienced it. So yeah, I chose Januam because I completely identify myself with their values and with the aim behind their programs, what they want to do, what they strive for, and their objectives and the kind of mentorship they want to offer to the child and youth.
Thank you for your great answers, Joanna. I could not surmise or explain the goal of Yana in a short time like you. And as Yana, we want to open new doors to newcomers. You summarized that really very well. Uh, Thank you again for sharing your insights on the Yanam skill based mentoring program. We hope this interview has been informative and inspirational for our viewers. We want to embrace the diversity together. And we say always, let's embrace the diversity together and let the newcomers set free their flows. And we can make an impact on that together. Bis zum nächsten Mal dann.